Hey, this is OXDF coming back with a second video on day 6, Advent of Code 2022, tuning trouble. I wanted to hit this one in Rust because there's a couple functions in Rust that make this kind of a cool and relatively easy one to think about. So, I've already got a video up on how solving this in Python, but we'll do it in Rust real quick. So take a look at the challenge real quick. Just like in Python, I'm going to get a string like this. It's going to be a lot longer, and I'm going to have to look for, in the first part, I'm looking for 4 characters in a row with no repeats, and in the second part, I'm looking for 14 characters in a row with no repeats. And I'm supposed to report back the position of the last character, starting from 1. So let's jump over here into Visual Studio. I'm going to use Genday, which is my script, to pull down the data and kind of create a stub for me. I'm going to give it the Rust thing, so it creates a Rust one, and I've got my day6 RS here. I can see the input.txt here. If I do a WC on input.txt, I can see 4,096 characters. Let's go over here into our main.rs. So we're reading data in as a string, and because I know, kind of cheating a little bit, because I already know I'm going to have to do this twice, I'm going to go ahead and create a function here that will do, get marker, I guess we'll call it. And it's going to take in data, and it's going to take in a size of the marker. And in Rust, if we get in the habit of this, we got to do, this is a string, and this is a U size, probably be a U8. I better make it a U size just to be good. And we're going to return a U size. So we'll have it like this. And now we can take data. And what's cool here is there's 2 functions we're going to really take advantage of. The first is one called windows. And what's neat about windows is it's going to walk over a vector, and it's going to give me all the combinations of window size. So for example, in the example they show us, they've got RUST, and they want windows of size 2, so they get RU, US, and ST. So that's exactly what we want. Is we're going to walk down our input looking for places where we get where we can say, oh, this is all unique characters. So we need to get to a vector to do that. One way to do that is we could do char and then chars and then collect that into a vector. I'm just going to do as bytes because we don't really care about the value here. And now we're going to get as bytes, I believe, like that. Yep, and so that returns a vector of U8s. You can see right here. So now we're going to get that. Now we want to take those and we're going to call window and windows of size, and we're actually going to use size because that's what we're passing in here. So if we save this, now we're returning a, so it says, you can see we have mismatched types. We're supposed to return a U size, but we're returning a, oops, it went away. How do I get the errors back? But we're returning a Windows object. So now with that Windows object, which is kind of like an iterator, we're going to use the other function that I thought was cool and we should show off. Let me find that. Here we go. And that is this. Ooh, how did I lose it? Let's see. I do not want to create a bookmark. Position here. And so position is going to search for an element in an iterator returning its indexed. And specifically, if you look down here, it's going to give us a thing, an item out of the iterator, and then we're going to give some value, and the first time it finds it, it's going to return. So we can go down, we can do this now. And so now what we can do is we can say, because window is kind of an iterator, so we'll say position, and on our, we'll call each thing in our window W. And now how are we going to, this is where we're going to evaluate, does this W meet our criteria? And so we're going to need to import use std collections HashSet, which is kind of the same thing as doing a set in Python. And so now what we can do is we can say HashSet from iter on W. Let's see if that works. .len equals size. And if that works, let's see, what don't we like about this? We expected U size, we're getting back an option of U size. Perfect. So now we can just do .unwrap, get rid of that, and we might be good. What's wrong here? Oh, we don't need the semicolon, because then, so HashSet's having a problem. Let's see. It's not my, what's my error? Cargo run. Cannot infer the type. Okay, so it's going to be a HashSet, and it's going to be of type, what is the, maybe vec u8? Required by, oh, you know what? It's not a, it's not a vector of u8s. It's a pointer to u8s. Let's try that. Ooh, that works. And it actually is happy. Everything's working here except for we don't call this. So, kind of cool here. Let's just recover. So we review. We take data. We convert it to an array of bytes. We then go to get windows of size, 4 or 14. We then check each window to say, is the hash set the same length as the size? And if it is, it's going to return that position, and we're going to unwrap it. I think we need to now that's going to be, the position is going to be where it starts, the window starts. So what we're actually going to need to do is add in size here again to get back to where it ends. And now we can just come down here and say, what do we call this function? Get marker. Get marker. Data is there and size is 4. Let's give this a run and see what happens. 1794, I believe that was the same. Let's try 6, day 6, and the input's the same. 1794, that worked. And let's try get marker here. Data, oops, not that. Data and 14. And we go run that, and we get 2851. So the same as the Python. So really, this is just really showing off the windows and the position pipeline. And I guess I'm gonna call it there. Thanks for hanging out with me today, and I will talk to you tomorrow.